Good morning to all. So last class we discussed about this problem and we stopped somewhere to identify the addendum circle. So this was the problem. So we know what are the data which was written, and based on the formula we applied it. So we identify what is the addendum. So which is around 1.793 mm for pinion, and for wheel also we identified, right? So actually this addendum, right? This is very important. The addendum is for one module, right? The addendum, whatever we identified here, right? It is for one module, right? Which means, so the real addendum, whatever the value you want, right? So the addendum should be equal to the value of this AP or AW, right, into your module value, right? That gives you what is the real addendum for this particular teeth, right? To obtain minimum number of teeth, you have to multiply with your module, right? If it is for one module, it means that 8 to 1. If the module is 3, so you have to multiply with 3. So it is like that. Okay. So when you look here, you have two addendums. So let me consider addendum for pinion, right? So addendum for pinion. So addendum for pinion, what we identified is we identified AP, which is equal to how much? 1.793. Sorry, 1.793. This you have to multiply with your module, right? So let us identify what is the module. So in the question, if you look here, the question says that the module is 6 mm, right? Which means I have to multiply this with 6. So 1.793 into 6. So what is your AP? 1.793 into 6. So 10.758. So 10.758 mm. This is the addendum for the pinion. So this is your answer. Right? This is your answer. Similarly, so I can also identify what is the addendum for wheel. How to identify addendum for wheel? Same procedure. Addendum for wheel is AW is equal to whatever the value we identify. So AW is 0.7608. 0.7608 into your module 6.
Sir,
Right? So you have to, yeah.
sir, sorry, sir. Can you explain one more time that AP is addendum for one module or something? Just one more time. Can you just explain, sir?
So if you look after the formula, right? The formula is for addendum for wheel and wheel for one module, right? If the module is 1, this is what the formula is,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So, but if you look at the problem, so your module is 6, right?
Okay, sir.
So if the module is 6, what you have to do for one module is your addendum. For 6 module, you have to multiply with 6. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Sir, but
Yeah, you have to multiply.
when we are solving length of path of contact problem, sir.
Okay.
So addendum is equal to one module means we have to take the module where that is different.
That is different. That is different. For minimum number of teeth, this AP and AW formula is for one module.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think last week, I think you asked a question, right, related to this.
Yes, sir.
Right? I think in the, what is AP? So what is the formula you asked, right?
Yes, sir.
It is module for one, so this is the addendum for one module. So if the module value is 6 means you have to multiply with 6. Right? It depends on the model. So it consider that module is equal to 1 mm. Based on that, this is the formula. Right? So to identify this, you multiply with your module. That's it. Okay. But in your, if you look after the book, they would have done at the beginning stage itself. So here itself they will multiply with m. They will put m here, right? Sometimes it will be confusing. So to avoid that, I am doing it at the end, right? So AW is equal to 4.56 mm. This is addendum for wheel, right? Okay, we identify this too. Now we'll proceed with the next one. So I think this part is over. Next, we have to go for length of path of contact. How to identify length of path of contact? Formula for length of path of contact. LOP. So we say that length of path of approach and length of path of races. This is we'll be identifying. For this two, what are the data required? You need R, you need RA, you need phi. Right? Any other data other than this?
No, sir.
Similarly, for this, I think this is small r, small RA, and phi. Right? So the problem here is to have to identify what is this capital R, what is the small r, what is the capital RA, what is small RA, and phi is already known, which is 16 degree, right? So the formula based on this, right, you have to identify these things. If you identify that, we can solve the problem. Okay, we will proceed. First, I have to identify R. What is R? Radius of
Pitch circle.
Yeah, pitch circle radius, right? It is a pitch circle radius. How to identify that?
Using module.
Yeah, very good. So you have module, right? You have module. So I can identify based on module. So module, you know the formula. It is, what is the formula for module?
D by D.
D by T or T by D?
D by T.
D by T.
So capital D divided by capital T, or small d divided by small t. So this is equal to 6, right? So which means, so I can relate it. So capital D by capital T is equal to 6. What is capital T? Can you identify capital T? You know that? Yes.
28.
So
Given.
capital T is given, which is 28, right? So D is equal to 6 into 28. Actually, this has to be in radius. This is diameter, right? That is very, very important. So then radius will be equal to 6 into 28 divided by 2. So D is 2R. So you know that. So D is nothing but 2
So
into R.
capital R is 84 mm.
Okay. So capital R, you are getting 84 mm. Okay, very good.
Small
So
r
now-
48. Small r 48.
So
mm.
similarly, small by t is equal to 6. So small d is equal to 6 into what is your small t? Small t
Small t is
is 16.
16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, 16. So small r will be equal to 6 into 16 divided by 2. So how much?
43.
43. 43.
48. 48.
48, sir.
48.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so 48 mm. Right, we got this too. Now, the next step is I have to identify what is RA. RA is nothing but R plus addendum, right? Addendum for what?
One module.
You have two addendums here, for wheel or for pinion.
This is for wheel, sir.
So this is addendum for wheel, right? This is addendum for wheel. So which means capital RA is equal to 84 plus what we identified. Addendum for wheel is 4.56. 4.56. So what will get? So I'll get 88.56 mm. Similarly, small RA is equal to small r plus addendum for pinion. For pinion.
48 plus 10.75.
So it is equal to 48 plus 10.75.
58.75 is equal to 58.75.
58.75 mm. Yeah. So now I got all the values. Only thing is I have to substitute in the formula, right? We know the formula. So length of path of approach. So what is length of path of approach? Formula root of capital RA square plus R square. Sorry, I am making this mistake again and again. It is minus. So minus R square cos square phi minus R sin phi. Is it right? Capital R dana?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, so which is equal to root of, right? RA is 88.56 square minus it is 84, right? So 84 square into cos square 16 degree, I think so, minus 84 into sine 60. So what is the value we're getting? LPA. So similarly, we can also identify for length of path of races. So length of path of races. So length of path of races is equal to same. Only thing is it has to be small letter. So small a RA square minus R square cos square phi minus R sin phi. It is LPR. Yeah. Hope substituting this, I think 58.75. Can you get what is the answer for this?
13.218.
13 point?
218.
Yeah, 218 mm. Yeah, thank you. So what about length of path of races? You are getting?
137.
So 23.13 mm. Yeah, very good. Thank you. So this is my approach and races. Now we'll proceed with what is length of path of contact. So length of path of contact is addition of these two. So LPA plus LPR, right? So which is equal to, so you are getting 13.218 plus 23.13. So what is the total value? So you are getting around 36.348 mm, right? So this is length of path of contact, right? Okay, so we identified the second point also. Next, they're asking what is the maximum velocity of sliding on either side. When they say it is either side, it means what will be the sliding velocity for length of path of approach, then length of path of races. At pitch point, it is 0. We know that. So either side of the pitch point means approach and races. Okay. So we proceed with that. So to identify that, what are the data we need? Can you tell me? So to identify sliding velocity, what are the data we need?
Pitch line velocity.
Pitch line velocity. Okay, based on the formula, can you tell me? It will be omega 1 plus omega 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Into
Omega 1 plus
KP
omega-
or whatever is. Into length of path of approach or races. So that is what we are identifying. So we need what is omega 1 and what is omega 2. Right? These are the main data. Already we identified what is the length of path of approach and length of path of races. That we identified. Okay. Okay, let us identify what is omega 1 and omega 2. Right? What are the data available for that? So they are given RPM. This RPM is for what?
2 pi n by 60 formula.
Yeah, this is for what? Pinion or wheel?
Pinion.
Yeah, pinion.
Pinion.
So this is for pinion. Yeah, this is for pinion. So for pinion, they are given 240 RPM. Right? So for pinion, they are given 240 RPM. Right? Actually, so your velocity ratio depends on your gear ratio. Right? So we know what is the gear ratio G, which is equal to T by T. Right? So otherwise, I can say that this is equal to your values, right? Always I consider the pinion, right? Always we consider the pinion or the driving shaft as whatever, omega 1 or omega 2. So for this, I will write as omega 1 by omega 2, right? So what I consider omega 1. So actually, this formula can be written like this. Omega 1 into T is equal to omega 2 into capital T. Right? So this omega 1 is nothing but velocity of pinion. This is velocity of pinion. Velocity of pinion into velocity into teeth of pinion will be equal to velocity of gear into teeth of gear. Right? That is the rule. Right? That is what that is why we use that gear ratio. Right? So in that case, so omega 1, let us identify what is omega 1. Right? Omega 1 is 2 pi n by 60. We know that the formula for omega is 2 pi n by 60, which is equal to 2 into pi into n is 240 divided by 60. So what is your omega 1?
$25.1184.
Sorry, 20?
25.1184.
25.118 radians per second. So we identify this. Now we can use this formula. So omega 1 into small t is equal to omega 2 into capital T. Right? Which one? Otherwise, I can write it as like this. So omega 1 is 25.118 into small t. So small t is, I think it is 16, right?
Yes, sir.
How much? Yeah, small t is 16. 16 is equal to omega 2 into capital T. Capital T is 48. So we identify something in the beginning. Yeah, 28. Sorry, it is 28. So capital T is 28. So what is your omega 2? Right, so it is 25.118 into 16 divided by 28. Can you guess what will be the value? Whether it will be greater than omega 1 or less than omega 1. Which one will rotate more? Smaller wheel or bigger wheel?
Less than.
Smaller bit.
Small.
Yeah, smaller will rotate more. That means this omega 2 value should be lesser value, right? When compared to 25.118. Okay, right.
Sir, how
So,
are you telling that pinion is driving here?
whatever it may be a driving gear, it doesn't matter. But smaller will have more rotation when compared to the bigger one. I am not consider it driving or driven. Since the value is given, so we substitute it accordingly. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So you are getting
Yes.
14.35. 353 radians per second. So now I got these values. So next, my aim is to identify sliding velocity. I will use some other color. Right. So I will go for green color. So sliding velocity at the time of approach. So sliding velocity at the time of approach is omega 1 plus omega 2 into length of path of approach, LPA, right? So which is equal to, so we are getting 25.11 plus 14.35 into length of path of approach. What we identified, it is 13.218. 13.218. Right? What is your sliding velocity? Yeah. You're getting 521.58. Are you getting this answer?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the unit? Can you guess what will be the unit?
Meter per second.
Meter per second.
mm per second.
Sorry, mm per
Yeah, that is important. This is mm, right? It is mm per second. Right? Which means in meter, it will be 0.521 meter per second. Okay, be careful in this because the LPA we substitute is in mm, right? Okay, so can you identify what is the sliding velocity at the time of recess? Same, sliding velocity at the time of recess. Same, omega 1 plus omega 2 into LPR. That is the difference, right? Which is equal to 25.11 plus 14.35 into LPR is 23.13.
Sir, 912.986 per second.
Sorry,
912.
912. Okay, 912.98
986 per second.
mm per second. Yeah, very good. Thank you. So it will be getting 0.912 meter per second. Right? So this completes the problem. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Yeah. Yeah, we will solve one more, right? And we will go for the next topic, right? So we'll try to solve one more problem related to this. Similar type, but only thing is what we identify here is addendum. The next problem. So there are only two types here. One is identifying addendum. So when you identify addendum, you have to be very, very careful. You have to multiply with the module value, right? So the next problem, what you are going to solve is to identify teeth, right? Just opposite. So which means they will give the addendum directly, right? The only thing is I have to apply in the formula to identify what is the teeth, right? Minimum number of teeth, right? So that is another approach, another type of problem, right? So, but whatever the questions they ask here, the same type, you will have, they ought to identify these things also, right? Okay, we'll proceed with that. So we'll go for the next one. Yeah, let me consider this problem. You have two gear which is meshing externally. They give the velocity ratio is 3:1, that is given. The teeth is an involute form. Okay, the module is given which is 6 mm. Addendum is 1 module. Pressure angle is 20 degree and pinion rotates at 90 RPM. They are asking you what is determine the number of teeth on pinion to avoid interference, and similarly what is the number of teeth for wheel, length of path of contact, length of arc of contact, number of pairs of teeth in contact, and maximum sliding velocity, right? They are asking all these data. Okay, so we will solve one by one. So what are the given data? Let me write down the given data. right? So can you tell me what are the given data here?
Omega 1 by omega 2 is equal to 3 by 1.
Yeah, velocity ratio, right? So omega 1 by omega 2 is equal to 3 by 1. This velocity ratio, I can write it in different form. What we can do?
D by small t.
This is nothing but capital T by small t. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is nothing but gear ratio G. Right? It is nothing but gear ratio G. Right? So instead of directly giving us a gear ratio, they mentioned us as velocity ratio. Right? Okay. So this is the first thing. Okay. Next thing, module is given M, which is equal to 6 mm. Addendum is given, right? Addendum. So which means this is addendum for both the wheels, right? So I
6
think,
mm.
yeah, this is equal to 6 mm, right? Pressure angle phi is given, which is equal to 20 degree, right? And pinion rotates at 90 RPM. So I have mentioned here itself what is omega 1 omega. So which is omega 1 here? So which is pinion rotate omega?
1.
This is which one? I can write it as N1, right? N1 is 90 RPM. It is not omega, it is N. Right? Okay. So now
90.
the sorry.
90, sir.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, 90 mm. 90 RPM. Right? So now I will identify what is your omega. Right? So let us identify what is omega 1. So omega 1 is 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n1 by 60. So which is equal to 2 pi into 90 divided by 60. What is your omega 1? If you identify omega 1, I can also identify what is omega 2. Right? That is next step. So omega 1,
What?
9.424.
9.4194.
9.42.
Yes, sir.
9.42
Radian per second.
radians per second. Right? So omega 2 then. So we know that omega 2 is equal to omega 1 by 3. Right? So which means I have to divide it by 3. We are getting
3.14.
3.14 radians per second. Right? Okay, I got this value. Right? Okay, let me go one by one. So first thing is I have to identify what is this number of teeth for pinion and corresponding for wheel. Right? In this case, I think no need to repeat this. Any one is enough because we have this ratio. Based on this gear ratio, we can identify what is the number of teeth for wheel, right? So pinion மட்டும் கண்டுபிடிச்சா போதும், wheel automatically we use this formula, right, to identify it. Okay, so don't do for both the cases, right? Okay, in this, if I identify the first one, what will be the data required? So I want what is capital G, then what are the things? I think I want phi. Then I want what is T, small t, right? Okay, small t is what we have to identify.
Addendum.
Right? Addendum. So I have to know what is addendum. Right? What is addendum? Anything else? Anything else?
Sir, here AP is 1, sir.
Yeah. 6. Yeah, AP is 1. Okay, no, don't worry about it. Just substitute it as it is. Don't divide by module and all. Substitute it as it is. Okay.
Sir, no, sir. AP is addendum for one module only, no, sir. If they are given the addendum directly, then we should divide by module and only substitute, no, sir.
You are saying that your AP will be 1.
Yes, sir.
No, you directly substitute it. In the formula itself, you directly substitute it. Doesn't matter. Are you getting it?
Sir, then in the previous problem, why is that we multiplied by module for getting the addendum?
Sir, we already multiplied here, right, sir? Addendum is equal to
Yeah, it
1
is already multiplied.
Okay.
Yeah, it is already multiplied. So you have to substitute it directly. Right?
Okay, sir.
It is already multiplied, so you no need to substitute it. So don't divide it. Okay, directly substitute it. So it is like whenever they give the module directly, you substitute it directly. Only if you identify the addendum separately, that time only you have to multiply with the module, whatever value it is. Right? Don't divide, so don't consider this as 1. Okay, it is already multiplied, so with something. So actually, the module is addendum for one module is 6. Real addendum will be 6 into 6. It will be 36, I think so. It will be like that. Right? So actually, no need to confuse. Right? So whenever they give addendum, you substitute it directly. Right? So if you want to identify addendum, that is for one module, you multiply with the module. Right? Are you getting it, Balakrishnan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Let me go for the problem. So let me go for the first step. So to identify minimum number of teeth. So in pinion. So identify minimum number of teeth in pinion. Right? So what is the formula we use? So small t is equal to, yes,
2 into AP by
2 into AP whole divided by root of G into 1 plus G, right?
1 plus G into G plus 2.
Into
Sir, அது ஃபுல்லா தப்பு சார்.
என்ன வரும்?
1 plus G into G plus 2.
எல்லாமே by
1
to by.
Okay, G into
G plus 2.
G plus 2.
Sin square 5.
So sin square 5 minus
1.
right? This is separate, so it is not in the square root. Okay. So okay, small t is it? Yes.
Sir, capital T is 3 only now, sir.
Sorry, I can't get you.
Capital T is 3 only now, sir.
Capital G is 3. Yes. Capital G is
So,
3.
Small t is
2
equal to
into
18, sir.
Yeah, okay. You identified. Very good. So it is 1 plus
3 into 5.
3 plus 2 sin square 20 minus 4. Right? So what is the value? Small t?
Sir, 18.19 is coming, sir. So approximately 18.
Okay. Oh, whenever you go for this, you make it in other words. So you make it as 19. Okay. This is number of teeth, right? So even if you have 0.01, you make it to the next one. Okay. So because reducing the number of teeth will have interference. So minimum is 90. Okay. So if I got this value, you know that t by t is 3. T by t is 3. So then what is capital T? Capital is 19 into 3. Yeah.
Sir, 57, sir.
So it is 57. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
So this is the first part. The first part is over. Right? Minimum number to avoid interference. So for opinion and its corresponding teeth. Right? So look at the question carefully. They mentioned to identify minimum number of teeth on pinion to avoid interference and what is the corresponding teeth on the wheel. Sometimes they will ask a question, what is the minimum number of teeth on wheel to avoid interference and its corresponding teeth. In that case, what will be the formula?
Capital T is equal
You have to use
2
capital T formula. Yes. Yes, you have to use capital T formula to solve that problem. It will be 1 by G plus 1 by G, that formula. Right? So you read the question carefully in this and solve it accordingly. Right? No need to find both. Right? No need to find both. Any one is enough. Right? In this case. Okay, the next one is length of path of contact. So what are the data required for this length of path of contact? I need capital RA, I need capital R, I need small RA, small r, and phi. These are the data. Phi we already know. Only thing is I have to identify capital R, capital RA, small r, A, and small r. Right? Okay. So length of path of contact.
Sir, time out.
Time, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, we will continue in the next class.